Today we talk the Nintendo Switch Bluetooth update, Tetris 99 themes, new classic characters joining the cast of Nickelodeon's Smash Clone, and how you can enter to win a Link Loftwing statue. All that and more on today's edition of Mii Weekly. Let's do this! Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Mii Weekly, this time for Friday, September 17th, 2021. I'm Hero TJ with Nintendo Wire, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. Thanks for joining me. As a Nintendo fan, it often seems like the company overlooks the obvious, and maybe because of that, it comes as a big surprise when they do something perfectly sensible. I didn't mean for that to come out as biting as it sounds. But this past week, Nintendo launched a new update for the Nintendo Switch, bringing the version number up to 13.0.0. While there are a few noteworthy updates, including an update to the dock, and the ability to maintain an internet connection in sleep mode, certainly the most significant is the addition of Bluetooth audio support. Headphones, earbuds, speakers, and other audio devices that connect with Bluetooth can now be paired with the Nintendo Switch family of systems for audio output. I noticed online some people are complaining about a little bit of an audio delay. I didn't experience that myself, but I was really more casually patrolling Hyrule and Breath of the Wild. I wasn't exactly tripping a whole bunch of frantic audio cues, but it does allow you to ditch the cord, so maybe there's a little bit of a trade-off there. It is worth noting though, Bluetooth microphones are not supported, and only up to 2 compatible wireless controllers can be connected to the system while using Bluetooth audio. And Bluetooth audio cannot be used while local wireless communication is active. To me, this update was completely out of the blue. Tooth? I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry. I don't know how many people out there are calling for this, or how many people are going to take advantage of this, but it's super easy to set up. I am not technologically inclined in any way, and even I managed to do it in just a minute or two. So give it a try for yourself, and let me know how it works for you. I've been playing a lot of Tetris 99 lately, and what really drew me in was the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword themed Maximus Cup. Well, the next Maximus Cup has been announced, this time featuring WarioWare Get It Together. WarioWare Get It Together released last week. The music to that game is super catchy and exciting, a perfect fit for Tetris. In the themes I've been able to experience so far, it seems like they do a really great job of leveraging the music from the individual games to add that special flavor to Tetris 99. The WarioWare Maximus Cup event starts today and runs until September 20th. I don't know how many of you out there are interested in this, but I just continue to report on it. We have yet more characters joining the battle in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, this time characters from my childhood, Ren and Stimpy. I guess this isn't super surprising considering that they already introduced Powdered Toast Man, who is a super deep cut. Ren and Stimpy will fight as one character, it looks like, similar to Duck Hunt Duo or Banjo and Kazooie, as far as I can tell. We also received confirmation from developers that the cast will include 20 characters total, with 2 more following soon after launch, and additional DLC characters will be revealed after that. It seems like Nickelodeon's taking a whole bunch of pages out of the Super Smash Bros. Playbook, and not just for the game itself, but also how they're slowly drip feeding all these character reveals. Is it working on you? Is it getting you excited? For me, I certainly find it interesting, but to be completely upfront, I don't realistically see myself picking up this game. As I mentioned before, if I have an itch to play a party-style fighting game, I'm probably just gonna play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but if Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl is your speed, you can pick it up on Tuesday, October 5th. And the last headline I want to cover this week, My Nintendo is hosting another sweepstakes, this time for Link and Loftwing from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. 10 platinum points will net you 1 entry, and you can enter up to 3 times. If you happen to be one of the 5 lucky winners, you'll receive the first 4 figures Link and Loftwing statue. Everything first 4 figures touches turns out amazing. This is phenomenal looking as always. They're super expensive, so I don't own any of them, but I have been known to stare at pictures of them longingly. You'll also get a Skyward Sword HD themed acrylic art panel, a copy of The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. I do have that in my collection, a must-have for any Zelda fan. And finally, a Legend of Zelda Marks of the Goddesses mini backpack. It's easy for me to imagine my daughter toting that thing around. It's super simple. All you have to do is log into the My Nintendo rewards page, and you can spend your points there. Okay, I know past TJ said that was going to be the last story, but this is future TJ coming at you with one last late-breaking headline from my own adopted home island of Taiwan. It seems the long-rumored Castlevania Advance collection was rated for Nintendo Switch in Taiwan. It's definitely nice to get some confirmation that this collection will come out for the Switch. The listing has seemingly been removed, but the screen grab you're seeing right there comes courtesy of Gamatsu. I asked my wife to translate some of those Chinese characters for me. Some of what you're looking at is the company name, and then also some of the criteria that's being taken into consideration for the rating, which in this case is sexual violence and inappropriate language. So I guess that tracks. My Nintendo Wire colleague from the UK, Tom Brown, did a mini write-up for NintendoWire.com, and he presumes the collection will include the 3 classic GBA Castlevania games, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow. Stay tuned to Nintendo Wire as the story develops. Now playing! I've been continuing my casual adventure through Hyrule in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Mostly I just wander around at random, completing shrines, side quests, and discovering Korax as I go, with my trusty wolf by my side. But this past week, something really interesting happened. I don't know exactly what triggered it, but something I did must have somehow triggered the Shadow Wolf Link glitch. Now I never heard of this or saw it before, but at some point I noticed Wolf Link had become pitch black. This strange and unexpected effect lasted for probably about 15 minutes before wearing off at some point off screen. It didn't really seem to change anything else about the game, and as far as I could tell, Wolf Link continued to function normally, but I thought it was interesting enough to mention it here. Most of my game time though has gone to WarioWare Get It Together. I've played every Wario game since the first one, and I think this one is very much in keeping with the spirit of the series. This is, however, my kid's first WarioWare game. Well, not exactly. My daughter did play WarioWare Gold a little bit on the 3DS, but she didn't really quite grasp what she was doing, which mostly amounted to me beating it for her. But I played through the story mode with one of my sons. We had a blast. They get crazy excited about all this super funny, weird, gross out humor that's typical of the WarioWare series. And then the next day, my 2 oldest beat the game all by themselves on their profile. I was actually really surprised how quickly they got a grasp of it. And a bunch of the mini games are pretty fun too. There's this sort of Smash Brothers style mode in multiplayer where 4 people can brawl it out all on a single screen. But the interesting spin on this one is you don't get to pick your character, and the game will randomly switch your character sometime during the battle, and you fight each other using each of the different characters' various abilities, trying to deplete each other's HP. The winner is the last one standing, or the one who has the most HP when time runs out. And we put quite a bit of time into this mode too, and as I suspected, it's a really great family pickup. This episode's Spirit of the Week comes from the Plushy Bros. We're looking at number 1192, Karate Joe, from Rhythm Heaven. The Spirit render comes from Rhythm Heaven Megamix. Karate Joe is a martial artist in training. He practices his own rhythm-based karate style by striking pots, balls, and other items out of midair in time to the beat. His techniques favor a near-constant left jab, sometimes followed by a right cross, and occasionally incorporates a combo series that includes low punches, foot sweeps, and uppercuts. Karate Joe stars in the Rhythm Heaven Karate Man games, and is one of the few characters to appear in every game since Rhythm Heaven Tengoku. His father is also a martial artist, and he emphasizes the importance of training to his son. Should you equip the Karate Joe spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you'll enjoy Fist Attack Up. Thanks to the Plushy Bros for the suggestion. If there's a spirit you'd like to see as the Spirit of the Week, please let me know in the comments below, and if yours is selected, you'll be recognized in the episode with an on-screen credit, just like the Plushy Bros. Now it's time to sound off. Between playing the WarioWare games where you plug people's noses and try to avoid having cats poop on your head, I've kind of had gross out humor on my mind. It kind of reminded me that Nintendo intentionally added an unpleasant flavor to the Nintendo Switch cartridges. At first this might seem like a really bizarre thing to do, but when you think about the fact that this is Nintendo's first cartridge small enough to actually present a legitimate choking hazard, it kind of makes sense that you would want it to have an offensive taste, so that babies, toddlers, or dogs that might pop it in their mouth spit it back out in disgust the second it touches their tongue. But what I think this has mostly amounted to is adult gamers licking the cartridges out of morbid curiosity. As the owner of a purely digital Nintendo Switch collection, I never handle cartridges. Oh, okay, actually, I do have one cartridge, and that's Ring Fit Adventure, but I popped it into the Nintendo Switch one time and I've never removed it since. My question for you is, have you ever tasted a Nintendo Switch cartridge? I can honestly say I've never even been remotely tempted to lick a Nintendo Switch cartridge. Part of me thinks that if word hadn't gotten out that it tasted so awful, nobody would have really noticed. I think in some ways maybe knowing that it tastes bad incentivizes some people to want to taste it even more. I asked my wife if she had any interest in tasting it, and she said, I only want to taste things that are yummy. I can't blame her for that. Be sure to leave your answer in the comments section below. And that's a wrap on another edition of Mii Weekly. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna do the same thing again next Friday, so I invite you to come join me right here again on the Nintendo Wire YouTube channel. Until then, I hope you have a super awesome, amazing week. This is Hero TJ signing out. Thanks for playing.